Okay, so hi everybody. I promised everybody this tutorial on how to do beautiful poppies in a beautiful setting, sometimes with a stormy sky or a very, maybe a fluid sky. The object of this is to be, imagine yourself on the ground looking up at all these beautiful poppies growing up above you, and of course, your beautiful sky. So this is part one of Poppies After the Storm. I've written up here, so when you can zoom in later on, you're going to see the colors you're going to need for sure. Let's talk about that. So you need 140-pound paper. You will need rose color or peach color, Algerian crimson. You will need purple, cadmium yellow. Little note there, have fun. You need burnt sienna. Of course, you need either ultramarine or cobalt for a blue. As I said, 140-pound paper. You will need a 10-inch round. This is a Kolinsky Sable. I've had this brush for maybe 20 years. So worth the investment. It holds a ton of water. You can see that for yourself when you imagine how much water and how much color it's going to hold. So that's a fully loaded brush, and you can move around a lot with this brush. So absolutely, lots of clean water. So I have 2 buckets here. You need some paper towel, kitchen roll, and you need an idea of what you're going to do. So an idea of what we're going to do is this beautiful painting over here. I try not to move the camera a bit. I will at the end. So part 1, this is how to do a beautiful image of poppies. I'm on the ground. It's summertime. Storm is over. The sky is settling. We can just do a blue sky, which would be nice. But I'm also in this demo going to show you how to do a kind of sky full of energy. Very importantly, I try not to sketch too much, but for this video, I decided to sketch everything that you're going to need, and I made it darker so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. So this is, usually I sketch very lightly, very randomly, and of course the idea, for example, using a pencil, you would want to use a 6B. A 6B pencil, lightly sketched, kind of dissolves with the watercolor. So that's an idea. Get yourself a 6B pencil. And that lead just kind of melts away with watercolor. This will not melt away, but I've heard a lot of compliments from everybody that everybody likes to see my sort of random sketching. So what is really important when you do a sketch is that you do not want to have something smack dab in the middle. You need a horizon line, and I'm going to give you, in this case, I have 2 horizon lines. So this is my horizon line. Now, normally you wouldn't do it halfway up, but I am dippering down. So just to really show you in how I paint, I always want to clarify my horizon line. So this would be it, and an imaginary line off to the side. So this is my horizon line. This is a beautiful poppy. And I think this poppy is kind of right there in your face poppy, right? And this one here is kind of in your face poppy. So I'm doing this for you. I would never really draw so darkly, but for you, my friends and followers who love my work, I try to imagine how beautiful this would be to lie on the ground, especially now, and be out in the open in a beautiful park with friends and family, and sit there and watch the poppies bloom. So there you have it. This is my horizon line. These are the upper petals. This is my horizon line. And this is my could tell you that this is also my horizon line. What I want to tell you about watercolor is we always paint light to dark. The first thing we're going to do is create a wallpaper of beautiful colors. And then we can come in with a lot of details, lots of beautiful details of where these flowers are, how I see them when I'm on the ground. And of course, we can just do lots of little chunks of colors. Nothing will stop us. So that being said, we're going to start right away with just laying down some fresh, clean water. Always have clean water. So if a goldfish won't swim in it, you won't paint with it, okay? Nice, clean water. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to make sure my brushes are moist, and I have a rigger, which is the other brush, by the way. Rigger does wonderful shapes, so a round and a rigger. And I think, just to let you know, these are the staples that you need. You need either a chisel brush, 1 inch, or a flat. You definitely need a rigger in your life, and you need a round, and you need a good round. Remember when you were kids and your mom would buy you this cheap like watercolor set, and you got this ridiculous brush that had like 4 hairs on it, it was plastic, and you'd scoop up all that what you thought was cutting was and you got nothing but scratchy marks. You need to invest in a good brush, and that does not mean you need to spend a lot of money. Don't spend a lot of money. Check out the brush. You need maybe a natural hair brush. Sometimes it's good to go to Chinatown and pick up beautiful brushes, which are so affordable, and most of them are made with natural hair, wolf or squirrel. So you don't need to think, oh, I need to buy sable or mink. You can buy horsehair. You can buy anything you want. And then the Chinese are excellent painters. Their art style is actually how I learned, and how I learned is called spontaneous painting. So the first thing I want to do is getting ready. I want to make sure that I have a very clean palette. So as you can see here, I was painting earlier, and I was playing with some nice skyscapes. I'm going to move that over for you. So am I coming in closer? Going this way? No, I think we're good like this. In any case, I want to give you the full screen here. I could move this over a teeny bit, and there you go. How's that? Maybe no. Sorry for this, folks, but I'm going to take all that beautiful color off and start with a fresh palette. Fresh palette. So remember the colors we need. Let's take this. I'm just going to squeeze that in there. Get rid of that. Maybe we can use that beautiful colored water for another painting. Who knows? There we go. So, another important thing to have, a spray bottle. This was a Windex bottle. You have two sprays on it. You have straight stream and you have spray. So I like the spray, and I always moisten my colors. And if you look at my palette, it goes around from brilliant yellow to pastel pink. I've got a cadmium yellow, permanent yellow. I've got quinacridone gold. I have orange. It's kind of like an opaque. I'm starting to work with opaque colors. I have right there, let me see if I can move that. It's coming this way. Okay. That is a phthalo green, which I love. It's very beautiful green with blue highlights. Looks like amazing satin. And I have sap green. Actually, that's hooker's green. Hooker's green light, hooker's green dark. Very nice colors. I have lavender. I have cerulean. I have turquoise. I have cobalt. I have phthalo. And I think I've mixed my phthalos or my ultramarines somewhere along the way here. But if I pull my color, and you can see it, okay, let's see what this one comes out to be. Okay, yeah, that's a cerulean, that's a cobalt. Let's see what this one is. That's also, you can see that I've mixed the two, probably two different brands. Here's my beautiful ultramarine, which is probably mixed as well because I do go crazy. We have permanent violet, permanent magenta. I have red, and I have that's an Alzarian crimson, burnt sienna, and I think this is ruby madder, and this is another magenta, another, as you can see, I'm repeating myself, and over here is my rose. So let's go back in there, and you can see my rose color. Let's see, yeah, I think you got it there. I don't want to touch that camera because if I touch that camera, we're done. There we go. There you go, rose. All right. So I think the most important thing, lesson 1, is to be loose, relaxed, be ready. You're an airplane, a pilot of an airplane, and you're getting ready. You're loaded up. You've got food. You've got drink. You've got everything you need. You've got your brushes. You've got gas for your car. There's the gas for my car. And we're excited because we are going somewhere where we can sit in the grass and have a beautiful time. So the first thing randomly I want to do is I am going to randomly throw water on my flowers. And I'm going to think about where the light is coming from. The colors I'm going to use, I'm going to start with the rose or the peach, and I'm going to work with the Alzarian crimson. And I'm going to be very random. If you want to leave white spots, this is really important in a painting. Never cover your whole painting. White is the sparkle. And wherever you see white, that's an imaginary window where the magic comes through. And the light comes through. So always leave white. If you have problems leaving white and you're one of those people like I am sometimes I keep working on it. What you can do is take a little bit of wax and candle wax, and you can just scratch out some white. So let's just imagine anywhere is light. Let's pretend it's up here. And you'll notice here my paper's a little yellow. I spilled some color on it, so just ignore that, okay? So we're going to take some water, clean water, and I'm randomly going to put this, and you can see my brush. And I don't care, I don't stay in the lines. Those lines were just a reference, okay? And what the beauty of watercolor is, you never know what is going to happen next. So I am randomly popping in some color. This is step 1. And don't be afraid, keep your paper towel handy. If you see you've got some water, I like to tilt my paper. So let's get rid of some of that water.